Hey everybody, welcome back to the nerdy... I completely forgot. I was not ready for that at all.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Nerdy Gritty, where we delve deep into the details of pop culture. I am Dez.
I could have done it if you give me another try.
Go ahead.
I'm Fox. Nope.
Do it.
It's too late.
Do it.
Nope.
Do it.
It wouldn't feel natural now.
Anyway, we are back, and it's been a while since we've been able to record.
Yeah, a couple weeks. We've had various things get in the way.
Yeah, more than anything. I think, how long have we been recording this podcast for?
I think this, 3 months now.
3 months?
Something like that.
I think this is the third time I've been sick.
Well, yeah. When I say various things get in the way, I mean Dez. At every single time, in some way.
So, I apologize again. You're probably going to hear me sniffling and coughing and
that's just kind of
being disgusting.
Par for the course.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's literally probably 50% of our podcast.
Just makes me sound better,
like
so I'm okay with it.
Yeah. Making me sound more sensual.
Like smooth jazz. Can we take a moment just real quick to mention that the NPR / like jazz, you know, they're not a jazz station. In Arizona, the NPR station is KJZZ. They did not think that one.
It's K-Jazz.
Yeah,
Fox.
right.
K-Jazz. What else would it be?
You know, I don't know. I'm not even sure why I brought it up. Anyways, so just because we haven't been recording a podcast for several weeks doesn't mean we haven't been doing things. What have you been up to there, Des?
I have not really been doing things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I lied. I'm so sorry.
No, I've been recovering mostly is what I've been doing. It has been...
You've been watching movies.
That's true.
Pick
I've been
a
watching
movie that you liked and tell us about
a crap ton of movies.
That's true.
Because I've been recovering for like 2 weeks now from all kinds of different things.
Yep.
But I watched... Okay.
Pick a movie.
Well, hold on. I'm just going to list what I watched, and then I'll pick a movie.
Okay.
I watched Get Out, Magnificent Seven, John Wick 2.
Greater.
Star Trek Beyond.
Oh, pretty good.
Those are the memorable ones that I
there you
watched.
go.
Yeah.
Those are all
ones that I saw for the first time. So I watched them all for the first time recently here. So the one that I want to bring up is Star Trek Beyond because it was the one I was most surprised with.
Okay.
I did not expect it to be a good movie.
Sure. No, based on the two before it didn't have shouldn't have been that good.
Yeah. But it was really good.
Changing directors and writers helps.
I really enjoyed it, and it was a lot of fun.
Simon Pegg, Scotty, wrote that one.
Did he really?
Along with somebody else, but yes, and that's why it was good.
A+ job, Simon Pegg.
He's a hilarious guy, but also knows his Star Trek and just various nerd culture, and also is a good writer. So you put those things together.
Really?
Cares about the source material.
I mean, obviously that makes sense.
And writes good things.
I didn't realize that he was a Star Trek fan.
Oh, yeah.
So
he's in Star Wars Episode 7 as well.
Yeah, he's
the junk dealer guy.
Yeah, Untak, whatever.
I don't know, some stupid name.
I'll remember his name if I think about it enough, but we don't have that time. What about you, Fox? What have you been up to?
Well, I've been playing
a lot.
Yeah, lots. I got a lot
as
of
usual.
Games at Black Friday. A lot of them. I have played most of them so far, at least a little bit. But right now, I'm playing 3 games pretty consistently. I'm still playing Assassin's Creed Origins.
Really?
Yeah, I'm a little bit shocked too. I thought I'd give it a while.
Be bored with it?
You can get bored with it. I have mostly just been riding around, doing all the side quest map things. Like, here's a location. You gotta find the treasure, or you gotta take down the bad guy. I've been finding that really fun. Plus, the map is large and also incredible looking. Like, it might be the most beautiful map in an open world game, so even including Horizon Zero Dawn.
No, I'm told that,
I think the map of AC Origins is better.
You'll be riding around in this incredible immersive world, and all of a sudden it's like, avenge Haxor's 73, or whatever.
It might have happened once toward the beginning, and it might show up on the map. Like, there's no mini-map. There's just a little compass at the top, which has, like, various things, a couple things that are nearby. So that might show up on the map in the screen, but on screen, if it pops up anything, or I've played.
You'll notice.
I've noticed that it'll pop up with like quests that you might be nearby, or that kind of thing. But none of that kind of stuff.
That's good. That's good.
None of it's too. Yeah, I've also been playing Okami.
Yeah.
The PS2 the remastered PS2 game that they recently put on PS4.
Man, so I started watching, and I've been recovering from illness, some pretty severe ones, and so while I was recovering, I started watching the first episode of Okami, and it's like an 18-minute text-based intro.
Oh, it's bad.
I kid you not, I fell asleep 9 minutes into it, and woke up like 2/3 of the way through your video, and I turned it off, and then I came back and actually watched the whole thing again.
I really wish. I mean, it looks great still, and it's still a fun gameplay, but there were some things they could have improved on.
Yeah.
Especially, the amount of text dialogue and the amount of times they tell you what you're supposed to do next, or the backstory.
Right.
The whole Orochi, they go through that so many times. Even 10 hours into the game, it's like, then Orochi fought this guy. And you're like, I know! But I did find out, best news of all time, even though I didn't figure it out until the 7th hour I've been playing it, you can turn off the speech. You can turn you can turn down the sounds completely off, and it makes the game so much better.
Yeah, I would want
100% better. Ugh. And then one last, I've been playing Kingdom Hearts. The PS2 remaster game that they not recently released on PS4. It's been a while. But that one's just always just as great as
gold.
Always.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Now, what happened to Odyssey? Did you finish it?
Oh, yeah. Well, no. Okay. I also have a whole other thing. I had about 4 episodes that I hadn't even edited yet.
Uh-huh.
That I had in just waiting to be edited and posted. I had pretty far out. And then I got a 4 terabyte hard drive for storage, for video storage. Put them on there. 2 weeks after that hard drive, 2 weeks after I got it and installed it, it literally had just been sitting on my shelf, as it does.
Right.
You don't have to do anything with it. You just plug it in and it's good. I turned on my computer one morning and then it wasn't showing up in my system files or in my computer files, but it would show up in my disk management. And everything said, you just got to initialize it. And I was like, that seems weird after 2 weeks.
Right.
And then I did that, and it said fatal hard drive or fatal hardware error. Which, from everything I've read, just means it's broken.
It's done.
It's broken,
Game over.
And screw you.
It's fatal, and the hardware draws a gun.
Yeah.
And shoots you.
Me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, that sucks, but, data recovery is a thing. And so, but first I emailed Western Digital.
Right.
The company that I bought it from. And they said...
Screw you.
Yes.
Did they really?
Essentially.
Oh, jeez.
Yes. Because I said, this is what happened, and I just was straight up, I've had this for 2 weeks. I want data recovered and a new hard drive. And they said, well, we don't do data recovery ourselves, but here are some companies. And then we can talk about replacement. And so I looked up, I got quotes from a bunch of different companies around here.
Right.
Minimum... And this was a weird special that I don't even think would apply. $100.
That's ridiculous.
Which is more than I paid for the hard drive because I got a Black Friday special, and it's only 300 gigabytes of data. That probably wouldn't have applied. Minimum, I was probably going to have to pay $300 or $400.
That's ridiculous.
Right. And so I emailed, I was like, in my brain, I was like, oh, that sucks. I'll lose that memory because I don't want to pay that much to get it recovered. Luckily, there's nothing super important. Most of it was just data or videos that I had already put online.
Right.
So I just emailed Western Digital. I was like, you know what? This is too expensive. I would just like you to replace my hard drive. And knowing that a week ago I had put in the serial number and you get an auto warranty of a year.
Right.
Through the website. And they emailed me saying, oh, okay, well, we looked up your warranty. It's out of date. We cannot replace it. Sorry if this is inconvenient. And I was like, in my brain... Nope, that's not true. And then I went to their website and I tried it on several computers, several different browsers, because I don't know what's going on.
Right.
Every time I tried to do the warranty thing again, which is literally all you have to put in is the country you bought it, the serial number, and then click the I'm not a robot captcha thing. Every time I put in the serial number and then click the I'm not a robot and wait for it to stop loading and do the check mark so it's already got.
Right.
And then it would say security check, wrong input or something like that, saying that I put in the wrong thing.
Right.
Even though there's not a wrong thing. It's just click a box. dozens of times. I tried different computers, different browsers. So then, essentially, I emailed them back and I said, here's what I said. And I said, this has to be a joke. You sold me a hard drive, which is what you do. You make hard drives. That's your business. I plug it in. Less than 3 weeks later, it stops working. You won't recover the data that I put on your hard drive, which is its only purpose is to store data. And you won't replace the hard drive that broke less than 3 weeks after you gave it. Now I can't even see if I have a warranty on it. And then my last line, which I was pretty proud of, was the only positive experience to come out of it, or the only positive thing to come out of this experience is that knowing in the future, anytime I want to buy a computer component, I just have one less option. It just narrows down my options in the future. Thanks. And then I'm getting a replacement through Amazon anyway, so it's no big deal.
Good.
They just lost all of my business in the future. So Western Digital,
do not buy from Western Digital.
Look. Yeah. I had a bad experience. I've had another Western Digital hard drive for 6 or 7 years now and had no problems. So this might just be a one-off, of course, but
the customer service
failed miserably.
Yeah, that's where.
Okay, well, we've talked a lot. Let's get into what
the
we
nerdy-gritty
actually want to talk about.
Yeah, because also, like, what we didn't get a chance to talk about in this time that we haven't been able to record is the Game Awards happened recently.
Yeah, those happened, 2 weeks ago?
About 2 weeks ago, yeah.
Thursday, 2 weeks ago, yeah.
If you guys know what the Game Awards is, it is basically the Oscars of video games.
Essentially, they used to be on Spike TV, but
they were the Spike Video Game
channel
Awards.
Is not a thing anymore. And the guy who, I believe, created it for that, or was in charge, basically just kept it going.
Right.
And now it's just Video Game Awards, and it's streamed online, which is smarter.
Right, yeah. And streamed
he knows
via
his
Twitch
audience.
And YouTube. And it was funny, actually. It's streamed on YouTube, but I saw a bunch of Twitch people that were doing, like, live coverage of it. Yeah. And so it'd be, like, them watching it and talking about it.
Is simultaneous.
Yes, and so...
pretty cool, but also, yeah, we just saw that, guys.
Yeah, I tried to watch one of the Twitch things, but there'd be, like, the guy, Christopher Odd is my favorite YouTuber, and he was on Twitch, and it'd be Odd talking about it, and I'd have stuff to say back, but there'd be, 800 people in the chat.
Twitch chat is...
forget this.
On anybody who's mildly popular, Twitch chat is useless.
It's weird, though, because during his video games, I'm actually kind of, like, known in his thing as well as the extra credits one. Oh. Like, both of those, like, I jump in and I'm like, hey, guys.
If it's live.
Hey, Des.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Anyway, so... we thought we'd talk about the awards, the winners.
The winners.
Right. It's kind of like the best innards. They're the winners.
The winner innards.
Yeah.
Should bring up a list of various...
I've already done that.
Good job.
Yeah, thanks.
Before I considered printing it, and then I was like, it's not 2001 anymore. So.
Yeah. So here's just sort of the categories. Best Debut Indie Game, Best Student Game Award, Best Multiplayer, Best Sports or Racing Game, Best Strategy Game, Best Family Game, Best Fighting Game, Best Role-Playing Game, Best Action Adventure Game, Best Action Game, Best VR AR Game, Best Handheld Game, Best Mobile Game, Best Independent Game, Best Ongoing Game, Games for Impact.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Best Performance, Best Audio Design, Best Score Music, Best Art Direction, Best Narrative, Best Game Direction, Game of the Year.
Yeah, right.
And so those are all the ones. We will...
Yeah, let's talk about some of the major ones.
We will, let's at least mention every single one of them.
Okay.
But there's some that we are not qualified to talk about.
I don't know what the best mobile game is. I don't care.
And there are some that we will not have much to say about, but there are definitely some that we... So, let's start at the bottom here. Best Debut Indie Game. It was Slime Rancher, Mr. Shifty, Hollow Knight, Golf Story, and Cuphead. Cuphead being the winner.
Of course Cuphead won.
So,
the only one of those that I've played.
Right, obviously. I've heard a lot about Golf Story.
I want to get Golf Story.
I've seen a lot of Hollow Knight. I did not know Mr. Shifty or Slime Rancher. But Cuphead, man, is just good. It's just a really good game.
I appreciate it for what it is. I don't enjoy playing it.
Right, absolutely. And that's fair. Right. I feel that way about country music. I really do. It takes talent and ability,
Well,
and
not anymore.
the best country artists are incredibly talented musicians.
Pop country has become real terrible.
Yeah, I'm not talking about pop country. I mean, like
Arena country.
yeah, but
country.
I just dislike it.
Sure.
I can't do it.
Sure,
So,
that's fair.
but yeah, Cuphead. I mean, it deserved the awards that it got. It got a lot of awards.
It did.
And it really deserved
I believe it
them.
also, just to jump over to another one that's not a huge one, the art design, right? That won it?
I believe so. So let's jump over to best art design here. Gosh, if we just had a printed out list, this would be much easier to. Yeah, best art direction.
So which easily. It looks so good.
It was. I mean, all around, it looked beautiful, and then if you take art being like a holistic thing, the sound design in that was so good.
It didn't win sound design, but it did. It did win art.
But like that crackling noise of all the voices, and then just the voiceovers, like, "Hey, go and take out that there thing."
It's not, thanks or something like that.
And so
thank
you.
There it is. Yeah. Where they had a very specific vision of what they wanted to create.
Yeah. So, best debut indie game means that it's an indie game, but it's the first one that dev company ever made.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So it was their debut game, and hey,
that's a pretty solid.
Yeah,
strong,
well done.
That's a strong entrance.
That's a lot to live up to.
That's true. The next one, you gotta think about it.
So,
you think they'll do Cuphead 2?
Oh yeah, they have to. Okay. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hollow Knight, which is the only one of those that I know more than just in passing. Like Golf Story, I knew in passing, and Mr. Shifty Slime Rancher, I hadn't heard of until they were,
Sure.
Yeah, but Hollow Knight is a very cool looking game, a really good dark theme to it, and but at the end of the day, it's definitely derivative to a 2D side-scrolling platformer.
Is that the one that we played at PAX?
No.
Didn't we play it? No, in the Switch like indie where you like fall apart as you go. Is that what it is?
No,
I just make
that's
it's a completely
like
different game.
Castle of Heart.
Yes, Castle of Heart. Okay,
Yeah,
completely wrong.
Entirely wrong.
Different game.
That game did not deserve any awards.
Probably not
at
even
all. Nope.
It was in. Okay, that's fair.
No, it's got a good dark theme to it, but it's a 2D side-scrolling, and it's got more to that, of course. It's got a lot going on to it, but just everything. I mean, that's essentially what Cuphead is as well, but everything paired on with it, the art of it and the design of it, so good.
As a whole, yeah. I had problems with specific things, mostly gameplay, but as a whole, it's great.
Right.
Yeah.
And the problems that we have with it are things that
mostly in preference.
Yeah, like that we as players think we deserve.
Yeah.
I deserve there to be a tell for every attack. I deserve there to be a pattern that this boss follows. No, you don't. I
want to argue with you, but yeah, you're right.
No, you don't. You know what I mean? Like, you know what?
That makes a better design.
No, it does make a better design, but you don't have to have that.
Right, I understand.
Yeah. So, anyway. Let's move on. Best debut indie game, Cuphead.
Good job.
For the one that we're not qualified to talk about, best student game, the Student Game Award. So, I never heard of any of these. I don't think you have either. But here are the list. Meaning, Impulsion, Hollowed,
nothing.
From Light,
nope.
Falling Sky,
nope.
And the winner was Level Squared. So if you guys, Fox and I did get to play a student game at PAX.
That's true.
And it was so much fun. I loved it. I played it, and it was so much fun. It was not at all fancy or art
or even original.
Anything like that.
Pinball Madness, is that what it's called?
Marble Madness. It's Marble Madness meets Super Monkey Ball. Okay. It really is. Right. I will always remember that because I kept saying Super Monkey Ball, and then I went and had a interview with Ron Gilbert, and I kept calling it Super Monkey Island.
You did.
And Ron Gilbert had to correct me on the name of his own game, and that is my shame for eternity. Secret of Monkey Island.
Go find it and laugh at Des.
Oh, so embarrassed.
Laugh at his face.
So, but we really support student games, and we really like it when games are being made and being made for the passion and love of it. So check out these games. Best multiplayer. And this is one, so just a lot of multiplayer type games. You guys know what that is?
Sure.
Splatoon 2, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe,
nope.
Fortnite, Destiny 2, Call of Duty World War II, and the winner was PUBG.
The only one I've played is World War II. I played the Zombies.
Did you really?
I played Zombies when I was in Indiana. I played it with my brother-in-law.
Oh, there you go.
And it was fun. I enjoyed it.
So I played Destiny, played Mario Kart 8, I played PUBG. PUBG definitely deserves this.
You played Destiny 2?
No, okay. I played Destiny. I played and owned Destiny. But PUBG is really good. It's a lot of fun. It's super unique. Just this whole Hunger Games thing.
Sure.
But that'll play into a conversation we're probably going to have a little bit later.
Yeah,
if we have time.
Yeah,
but
we'll touch on PUBG.
We're going to talk about PUBG in a little bit here. One that I know Fox is definitely going to be much more qualified than I am in this, and one that he is really knowledgeable about. Best sports or racing game?
That's true. I am what you would call a sportsman.
A sports guy.
A sportser.
Project Cars 2, Pro Evolution Soccer 2018.
Got nothing.
NBA 2K18.
Oh yeah, that one.
Gran Turismo Sport.
Nope.
FIFA 18.
No.
And the winner was Forza Motorsport 7.
Cool. Yeah, it deserves it wholeheartedly.
Yeah. No, Fox and I don't sport or race or anything like that. So Fox doesn't sport at all.
I used to be all about racing games.
Really?
I played Gran Turismo 3 and 4 a whole lot.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. And Beetle Adventure Racing.
Oh.
Also known as the greatest car driving game.
I mean, that's just realistic, though.
Right.
Yeah.
Classic N64 simulator.
No, I actually enjoy sports quite a bit. I'm a huge baseball fan. I'm also kind of into football and basketball, but big time baseball. But
sure.
Sports video games just never did it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Preference.
You know, quick aside, you know what's weird to me when there's like, when it's not you're playing the game, you're like, the front office manager simulator game.
Oh man.
Like that just seems
NFL.
Like you want to do paperwork in a video game form?
So, okay. Madden games there's NCAA, these are the EA ones. Okay. There's the NCAA, there's Madden, and then there's like the NFL manager or front office or whatever the game is called.
Yeah.
You can create one player and take him through the NCAA, draft him with your front office game, and then put him in your Madden team.
That's impressive.
And be that person in all 3 games all the way through.
It seems like the better the Madden those games get, the closer they just become sports themed
RPGs.
That's exactly like it is no longer just playing sports. It's about creating a character and telling a story with him through this like saga,
which is fine.
Which
That's
is
great.
awesome.
That's cool.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah, but admit it. Just call it Madden RPG.
Yes. Like, okay, those front end, like, it's why I still don't understand sports fantasy leagues kind of things. It's like for people who would rather be an accountant than a wizard. Like, what? Like, you have the 2 choices. Like, that's the thing that you get into? Or people who make fun of, like, D&D players but wear sports jerseys. Like, you just cosplay in public all the time.
You're pretending to be Eli Manning.
That has nothing to do with anything. Anyway, let's move on.
Okay, so best strategy game. Here's one that I know about 4 of the 5 of these. I have played 0 of them. But, like, I know fairly well
I'm also
4 of the 5 of these.
Probably in that same...
XCOM 2, War of the Chosen. Tooth and Tail, sorry. That's one that I don't know. Okay. Tooth and Tail. Total War Warhammer 2, which it's called Total Warhammer, just so you guys know.
Just call it Total
It's Total Warhammer.
That's stupid.
Halo Wars 2, and then the winner was Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
That shocks me.
That shocked me too.
I feel as I don't know, but I feel as though people in that gaming strata were pissed off about that.
I think they were, but here's why I think it won, and here's why I think they were really pissed off about that. So the strategy game genre is one that's kind of like RTS, where if you like it, it's your niche probably, and you probably rock that niche real hard, and you're probably really like specific about the genre and style that you like of your thing.
You want detail, you want complexity.
And that's why games like Halo Wars 2, Total Warhammer, XCOM 2, other XCOM games, when I watch guys play these things, like the amount of strategy, like they're thinking 15 moves ahead.
Right.
It's like chess plus sci-fi plus action, and it's really cool. Like I played a tactics game called Vandal Hearts back on the PlayStation, original PlayStation, one of the most fun games I've ever played. Anyway, really quick side note, I loved it so much, I didn't know that memory cards were a thing at the time. I left it running for like a week and a half, never saved it, and just beat the game.
That's awesome.
It was awesome.
That's awesome.
So anyway, So, I think that Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle is your layman's strategy game.
It's Mario XCOM.
Yes.
It's not as deep, but it hits a much wider audience.
It hits a much wider audience. And to take something that is so specific to hardcore audiences and say, hey, if you want a taste of this and you want an intro to this...
Oh, it's definitely a gateway game.
Exactly.
For sure.
And so it almost is helpful to the genre in that way. Right. Yes, it's the watered down version of that genre, but it's good for the genre because, kids now are going to be able to grow up 9, 10-year-olds.
Maybe I should play XCOM.
Yeah, they're going to turn 13, get tired of Mario plus Rabbids.
Right.
But now they're like, sweet, Halo Wars 2 is rad,
I mean, not to mention the people that I've heard or seen talk about it or have played it a little bit said it's not the best, but it, like, as far as the genre goes, but it's actually surprisingly good.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to make an amazing game. Make something that's competent and, like, carries your theme well and, like, doesn't just talk down to you. There can be some strategy, but...
Well, it's solid, like any Mario game.
Right.
It's solid. It works well.
Yeah.
It's not broken in any way.
Sure.
It does its job, and that's what it needed to do.
Yeah.
And then it did all that with also being very accessible.
So, see, now, to me, what you're talking about is why it shouldn't be the best one of the year. To me, you should, like, I don't know who votes on these games. To me, that can make it a good game and make it good for the genre, but is it the best strategy RTS game?
See, to me, that helps. It doesn't make it the winner. I think the fact that it's also very good and fun and family friendly and
people should appreciate
colorful,
it, for sure.
But I think that why that really helps it is because that is unique to the genre. To do that with the genre and do it well is very surprising and is very well done. It's a challenge to do that within the genre.
Sure, but what I'm saying is, like, I'm going to make a specific comparison to Metallica.
Okay.
Metallica put out the Black Album in 1990. Very different from the rest of the music thus far. At that point, they had been real, like, long songs, real, like, thrash metal-y, like, protest, basically. And then they come out with the Black Album, and it's real radio-friendly. Still heavy, still angry at some points, but much easier for people to handle, and probably got a lot of people into Metallica that wouldn't have been before. It's one of the greatest selling metal albums of all time. Maybe the best, if I'm not mistaken. Does that make it the best Metallica album? No, Master of Puppets, in my opinion, And Justice for All it's my favorite. Master of Puppets, I think, is the best. So, just because it's so good at being like a gateway game or family friendly or good for the genre as a whole, does that really make it better than XCOM 2?
And see that's weighs heavily in your opinion.
That's why I don't.
Let's look at I mean, again, in your thing, let's look at the Black Album. Isn't that one is from the Black Album?
No, one's from And Justice for All.
Is it really? Mm-hmm. Dang it!
It has Enter Sandman. That's like
Enter Sandman,
the Metallica song that people know.
Yeah,
except for maybe one or Master of Puppets. But
there are a few other gems on the Black Album that I can't.
Unforgiven.
Unforgiven.
Yes,
that's
there are some others.
Album.
Yeah, like there's some great songs. I mean, I think it's a good album. I just don't think it should be considered the best because it got
accessible.
People into Metallica or that it's radio friendly.
That's true. Yeah, and I could definitely see where you're coming from.
Controversy makes sense in this case.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, I would agree.
Right.
Let's move on. That's again, you and I could talk about anything for the entire time.
That's true.
Best family game, and I think this was once you said that you didn't need to give nominees. You just hand it to Super Mario Odyssey.
Oh, 100%.
But Splatoon 2, Sonic Mania, Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, and Mario 8 Deluxe. Winner was Super Mario Odyssey.
Notice how they're all Nintendo games.
All Nintendo.
Which is not shocking, but I wonder if PlayStation or Xbox execs were thinking, maybe we should...
It's exactly what I'm thinking. Like, maybe, why aren't they scratching their heads? Like, Nintendo's taken this whole stance, like, look, you guys compete for the hardcore gamers, we're going to be the family friendly, and we'll pretty much hoard that entire markets. Why are Microsoft still like, hey, wait a second, maybe we should try.
Let's get a dev team working on something.
Right, absolutely.
Something.
I mean, they've tried a couple of times, and we're bad at it, but...
Oh, yeah, they tried, like... Yooka-Laylee.
Right.
And that was not great. Especially for people who liked games like Yooka-Laylee.
But Mario Odyssey is just
it's incredible.
Incredible.
Yes.
So much fun. And this whole thing where you can hand your controller to a 5-year-old and have them be your partner that's helping collect moons and things like that. And
genius.
Yeah, it's great.
It's an elegant solution to a problem that people have. Like, like this is how you handled it real well there, Nintendo. Good job.
Really, really well done. I do want to actually come out to Sonic Mania. Give them a mention.
You're coming out to them?
Coming out to them.
Good to know. How about your wife?
I am Sonic Mania sexual, and it's weird.
A thing.
It's awkward.
Des, I'm pretty sure that's a thing on the internet right now.
It's called a furry, and so anyway, no, Sonic Mania has all they really did was
not played it.
So they have compiled classic Sonic games,
okay,
and recreated it both. You can do it both in 3D.
Okay.
Or you can do it as side-scrolling.
Interesting.
And they've created a storyline that there's a reason you have to revisit all your old games, whatever. Like, reason, but it has taken the Sonic genre and has basically said, hey, we love those old Sonic games. We really love those old Sonic games. Can we just pay homage to them? Can we bring that back? Sure. Instead of trying to do Sonic Hero Adventure 6 or whatever.
That's the greatest game ever made.
Can we just go pay homage to these old games? And they did a really good job with it.
Okay.
So Sonic Mania it's a pretty good game. It is.
Cool.
So best fighting game. Tekken 7, Nidhogg 2.
Oh, that one. With the Nidhoggs.
Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Okay.
ARMS. And the winner was Injustice 2.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yes, that makes sense.
I haven't played any of those except for the MVC demo that we played, where I defeated you soundly.
Yes.
Just want to bring that up.
No. Nemesis defeated me soundly. You just happened to be controlling
Nemesis?
Him. You just happened to be controlling him.
Look, in every fighting game we played, I beat you.
It was like I brought a knife to a shotgun fight.
Also, I'm heavily considering getting Dragon Ball FighterZ. It comes out in a month.
Oh, so much fun.
I want to play it again.
So yeah.
Sure, fighting. But mostly, look, the real winner in the fighting category was the preview for Soul Calibur 6 show.
A soul still burns.
Because Soul Calibur is the best fighting game series.
A soul still burns.
6 games later.
It still burns. Dear Lord, why hasn't somebody put this soul out?
Please help me.
Call the fire department. My soul is actually on fire.
At least bring me some Tums.
It's the sole of my shoe. Why have you been misunderstanding me this whole time? It's been like 15 years.
Anyway, fighting games are fun. I haven't played any of those. I have actively watched the character intros on YouTube, though, because those are fun.
They are fun.
They are fun to watch.
So here's
and they have Swamp Thing, and that's incredible.
Here's what I'll say about Injustice that, to me, puts it above the other ones. The storyline of Injustice, both the first and second, are really good.
Yeah, they put real attention to it.
They're really intriguing, and like instead of any other game where it's just like, let's make Mega Man and Ryu fight. Why? Because Infinity Stones, I guess.
Because things.
Yeah, but this is like, okay, what is something that would actually get these people fighting each other?
Yeah.
For what reason would they separate into these specific groups? How can we make it thematically Batman fight Batman? How does that make sense? Like, where's the and they do a really good job with it. So, yeah. Best role-playing game. South Park, The Fractured But Whole, Nier Automata.
Said that real well.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 15.
Nope. More like garbage RPG.
Divinity Original Sin 2.
Okay.
Persona 5 was the winner.
Yeah, I have only played out of those
Final Fantasy
15, which it's probably the worst of them. I hated that game. I've even gone back and tried to play it again without recording so I could just do what I want. I had no interest.
I'll say this. I watched you play a lot of it. I watched a lot of your episodes. I
also
liked
didn't
it.
Play it very well.
I liked it. It seemed good, but it seemed like a pretty good game.
The story was so annoying.
That's what I'll give.
I hated every
The
character.
story was what was a Final Fantasy game is. It's just what a Final Fantasy game is.
No,
All of them are like
I have
that.
played Final Fantasy for a while now. I appreciate what Final Fantasy does. Most of the time there's a character that you like, or at least a story that's mildly interesting.
That's true.
And in this, I hated every character.
Yeah.
And that's more important than a story to me. But I also didn't really care much about the story.
They really emphasized on brooding in Final Fantasy 15.
And the characters never really felt like they cared about what was going on. Oh no, my dad died. Let's go fishing. Yeah. Like, let's
go fishing.
You find out
that helps sometimes, okay?
No. Yeah,
is Prompto the blonde guy? Not the one with the glasses. Ignis's glasses, right? And Prompto's the only guy, literally the only character that does not brood for the entire game.
Is he the strong guy?
No.
I don't even remember their names. I put hours and hours into this game, and I don't remember which one is which.
I know because of cosplay.
Okay, sure.
Gladiolus is the big strong guy.
Oh, right. That makes sense now.
Because his name is Gladiolus.
So Prompto is like the goofy one.
Yeah.
Ignis is the serious one.
Ignis is the blind guy.
And main character is...
Noctis.
Yeah. Right.
And other than Prompto, who's like, he's like, the Flash, quirky guy. Exactly.
That girl's cute.
Everybody is just like, ugh. Yeah, I got noodles.
I'm so sad about things.
I'm angry, but under the surface.
That should have been the dialogue. It would have been better.
But Persona 5-1.
I am interested in playing it, but also it's so inspired by anime. I'm talking about Persona 5. That I doubt I would.
I think you'd hate it.
I probably wouldn't enjoy it. But I need to play Nier first. That looks more interesting to me.
The Persona games are ones that I've always appreciated because they do something that I think RPG has to do well, and that's they have good characters.
Yeah.
And you identify with them, and they build on them. All the Persona games are based on this. Here are these characters. They're so intricate and lovable and also broken, and you want to help build them back up.
I'll try it when it gets real cheap.
Maybe. Again, I don't know if it's for you, to be honest.
It might not be, but I'm going to try it anyway.
So, Nier, I don't know anything about. I hear a lot of good things about, though.
Yeah, I've heard what gameplay I've watched looks cool, looks like unique, and that they change things up pretty quick, and it doesn't... When I think RPG, that's not the game I would think of, and that kind of makes me want to play it a little bit.
Right. Best action-adventure game. Uncharted Lost Legacy.
Great.
Super Mario Odyssey.
Really great.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Pretty good.
Assassin's Creed Origins.
Wow.
Breath of the Wild.
I have played all of... I own
the winner
all
is
of
Breath
these
of the
games.
Wild.
And Breath of the Wild soundly destroys
To
the
me,
rest.
this is like one of the few that all of those really, really deserve to be on there.
Origins, I don't think deserves... I mean, it should be on there.
Right.
I don't think... If it had won, I'd be pretty angry.
Oh, yeah, I'd be shocked.
It's good, but it's not amazing.
But the rest of these, man...
Lost Legacy is also... It's basically just another Uncharted game without the fun personality of Nathan Drake, so it kind of loses some magic there. But it is still fun, Uncharted, great looking and fun to play game.
Yeah.
What are the other ones?
Super Mario Odyssey.
Oh, obviously incredible. We've talked about that.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Also really good.
Incredible game.
Yeah, they're all really good.
Yeah.
But Breath of the Wild just has... You know how they talk about, like, I don't know what it is, but it has it?
Yeah.
That game, I could talk about lots of great things about it, but there's just something about playing Breath of the Wild that is magical. Like, you forget it's a video game, and it just feels like you're playing, you are interacting with the world. It takes me back to when I didn't care about video games. I just played video games.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's what I'll say about it.
We are not going to have time to talk about our extra thing.
No.
But it's going to be a long episode. We're going to go through all of these. We're going to go through them. Best action game. Prey.
Okay,
Neo.
Pretty fun. Really fun.
Destiny 2.
I don't know.
Cuphead. Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus was the winner.
That's the one I haven't got, or I have, but I haven't played it yet. Because I need to finish Old Blood.
Oh, yeah.
Which I don't know if they're directly connected, but I want to finish. It's a prequel to the first one, so I probably don't need to, but I want to anyway. I'm glad that it won, though. I really enjoyed their marketing campaign.
I loved their marketing campaign.
No more Nazis.
Make
America Nazi free again. Like
I love that it was controversial.
They never intended on that, but they saw their opportunity and they went because this game obviously was in development for probably 3 to 4 years at least,
right?
Far before this whole big Nazi controversy in America was a thing. But then when it was time to start marketing to release it, and this all happened, they went for it.
Oh,
and they did not care. You guys need to look up what's the magazine? There's an article or a video on YouTube about where they would go interview people just kind of talking about that whole thing, and they interviewed one of the devs of the game.
Awesome.
And they asked him like, weren't you worried about like, kind of stirring up a hornet's nest when you go with all these slogans? And the guy is like, well, yeah, I mean, we understood that it's a hornet's nest, but also those hornets are racist, so F those guys. And it's the best answer I've ever.
Those hornets are racist, so F those guys.
Or not, hornets are Nazis, or something like that. It was the best thing in the world.
It was awesome. Yeah, I loved it.
Guys, Wolfenstein has been around for 40 years now, 30 years now, and it's always been about purely killing Nazis.
Shooting Nazis.
Do not think that this is a left-wing propaganda. Like, this is just a sequel in the long line of Wolfenstein games.
Hillary Clinton backed Wolfenstein to the new Colossus.
George Soros and Hillary Clinton, along with Bernie Sanders and Barack Hussein Obama.
You can play Obama in the new patch.
Be Obama. I wish they would.
Oh my gosh.
Give you a Obama skin.
Well, Michelle, looks like I'm gonna have to shoot some of these Nazis here.
Let me be clear.
I'm
going to shoot Nazis.
Oh man. But as far as the games themselves go, Neo was good, but
I enjoyed Neo more than I think it deserved.
Yeah.
Mostly because of the setting.
It relied heavily on Dark Souls.
Well, yeah, but I love Japanese mythology.
Yeah, it was real cool.
And I probably put 30 to 35 hours in that game. Put a lot of time into it, and I really enjoyed it.
Cuphead to me is just on a different level than these other games.
Yeah, to me, it's technically an action game, but it doesn't really feel like it should be in this category.
Right.
The first one, though,
Prey.
I played Prey. It was clear. It was fun. It was like a spiritual successor to BioShock. Kind of had that feeling to it, but it didn't really have the atmosphere that BioShock did. So that it doesn't need to be compared to BioShock to make it good or bad, but it kind of felt like it could have been more because it felt so much like BioShock, But other than that, it was fun. It's kind of a cool concept, but mostly like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Wolfenstein deserved this.
Yeah.
This is a good game. Very good game. Best VR AR game. Super Hot VR.
I've played none of these.
I haven't played any of them, but I know three of the five. Yeah.
I know what
Super Hot VR, Star Trek Bridge Crew, Lone Echo, Farpoint, and the winner was Resident Evil 7 Biohazard.
Oh, okay. Well, I know that game. I just haven't played it in VR.
So, I think Resident Evil 7 wins this because it was a game designed...
It'd be such a visceral experience.
From the bottom up to be able to be VR if you needed to. Yeah. And like, it works perfectly fine, 100% great without VR.
Sure.
But having played half of it, or however far we are through it right now, I could see it also working perfectly in VR.
I'm sure it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Bridge Crew, I think, is kind of like... Star Trek Bridge Crew is a cool concept.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's great, but that doesn't need to be VR. I think VR is like a cool thing to have on that to make you feel like you're on the Enterprise.
Right, that you're actually on the ship.
But that could be like just a phone game.
There's a Penny Arcade comic that's playing online in other games, and it's Overwatch, and somebody's saying, rally on or everybody go to the rally point, and someone's like, how about we rally on your mom's hot box? And somebody else is like, I can't decide which race I hate most. And then the other one's like, playing online in Star Trek Bridge Crew. Captain, I've put the passengers onto the med bay. They'll all be fine, sir. Thank you, Ensign. Those are letters I didn't want to write.
See, that makes me want to play it.
I know, right?
Man.
Everyone in it's just super chill, super cool.
Star Trek, like, role-playing.
Yeah.
Like, in a real sense.
Alright. Best handheld game. Poochie and Yoshi's Woolly World.
R.I.P. my 3DS that I left on an airplane.
That's right. You never got that back, did you?
I have a bunch of 3DS games and accessories, but no 3DS now.
Aww.
I miss it.
Poochie and Yoshi's Woolly World.
Poochie?
Monster Hunter Stories.
Okay.
Fire Emblem Echoes, Shadows of Valentina.
Right, Valentina.
Ever Oasis,
That place.
and the winner is Metroid Samus Returns.
Cool. Haven't played any of them.
Yeah, I haven't played any of them.
Don't have the ability to anymore, and none of them would be ones that I really want to play anyway.
So, good job, Metroid.
Good job, Metroid.
Good job.
Congrats.
Okay, best mobile game. Super Mario Run,
Oh, no.
Old Man's Journey, Hidden Folks,
That one.
Fire Emblem Heroes, and Monument Valley 2.
What one?
Monument Valley 2 won.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Super Mario Run was really disappointing.
I don't know anything about any of those other than I've heard of Monument Valley 2.
I played Super Mario Run. It's basically like an infinite runner type game. Kind of. Ish. It's also a side... Like, it's... But you can play it for like 10 minutes before you have to pay. Which, I understand. I'm not owed a free game. But it's really disappointing.
Best independent game. I think this is wrong, what we have here, because I remember it being something else. I remember it not being what I think should have won.
Okay, what does it say?
Okay. Best independent game. What Remains of Edith Finch, Pyre, Night in the Woods, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, and Cuphead is the winner.
What I remember winning was What Remains of Edith Finch.
I agree.
And you thought Hellblade should have won.
I thought Hellblade should have won, but I remember What Remains of Edith Finch winning.
Right.
So I think this is just wrong.
Is it just incorrect? Does it say Hellblade?
You know, it says Cuphead won.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I remember Edith Finch winning, though.
Yeah. It won something, and that's probably the only thing it was nominated
Right.
for. Maybe for... you're thinking Best Narrative, maybe.
Maybe.
You might be thinking Best Narrative.
I might be.
Regardless...
It wasn't Hellblade, and that's garbage.
Yeah, you think Hellblade should get everything. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just haven't played it, so I don't really have a huge opinion, although it looks amazing, and what I've watched you play of it, it's really cool.
I don't know if I've ever had a game personally impact me as much as Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice has. This is so. I think now that I'm gonna have a lot of free time, I'm gonna make a video specifically about the impact of Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. Okay. But what the end of the game leaves you asking, and this is a minor spoiler, just so everybody, but the end of the game leaves you asking, wait, was it real?
Yeah.
And the answer is obviously, no, it's a video game. Then you say, okay, fine, well, was it real for Senua? And that's what you're meant to ask.
Sure.
Because immediately you are saying that what people perceive as reality can be subjective, and all of a sudden you're understanding it for the mentally ill. You shouldn't ask, are what they perceiving real? You should be asking, is this real for them?
For them, is it real?
So they say questions.
Kind of redirects the whole conversation.
Exactly. And so when you have a friend who has mental illness, it's not, oh gosh, he thinks this is such a big deal. Like, he says he's got to go to the doctor and he's freaking out about it. Don't ask, is this such a big deal? Because the obvious answer is no, it's not that big of a deal.
Right.
The question is it a big deal to him?
Right.
And anyway, sorry. I'm getting on my
you get into that in a separate video.
Yes.
I don't really have a strong opinion on those ones.
Anyway.
Whatever.
So,
they'll sound cool or...
Best independent game, Cuphead won, but Pyre, What Remains of Edith Finch, Night in the Woods, and Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice were the nominees. I don't think Cuphead should have won that.
Yeah. The world seems to love Cuphead more than both of us.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Best ongoing game.
Okay. This is an interesting category.
Yeah.
I think it's a really cool, it's a category you can't have in any other award show. There's no ongoing movie.
Right.
Or TV show. TV show lasts for a certain amount of time, then it's done. Video games will go on forever if they're popular enough.
And the idea is that this is also there's a narrative to it.
Right.
And you're continuing it. So, Warframe, Rainbow Six Siege, PUBG, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
Sure.
Grand Theft Auto Online, which I didn't know existed until the Game Awards.
Wow. How?
I don't...
It's been around for years.
I had no idea. Destiny 2 and Overwatch was the winner.
Interesting. I mean, Overwatch, I played Grand Theft Auto Online. Grand Theft Auto Online came out when Grand Theft Auto 5 did.
Cool.
Actually, it might have come out. No, it came out with Grand Theft Auto Online.
Let me be clear. I despise Grand Theft Auto.
I understand.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto 5 was great. In a lot of ways. I think the storyline is too over the top.
Right.
I think they could strike
Saints Row-esque.
They could Saints Row as far as like, I think Saints Row strikes a better chord than Grand Theft Auto does.
Saints Row admits that it's supposed to be
knows what it's doing,
yes,
and doesn't try to be real. I mean, the most recent ones are complete farce.
And it's hilarious.
Before that, they get they're less farcical.
Right.
But Grand Theft Auto 5, I think, overshoots it a little too much, but I still love Grand Theft Auto 5. But the world is incredible. And gameplay is super fun, and like the definition of a sandbox, like I think it's
absolutely, yeah.
Grand Theft Auto 5 or Grand Theft Auto 3 Online is like just that, but being able to play with other people.
Grand Theft Auto 3 kind of created the sandbox
essentially
genre.
created the sandbox idea.
So, to me, though, Overwatch, I'm not going to say never, but I'm almost going to say I've never had such personalized characters.
I love the characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. They each have their person. Like, I don't play Overwatch and never have. Maybe someday I will, but probably not. But I could name you lots of those characters.
Absolutely.
And kind of their person.
Tell you about them.
I don't play Overwatch, but I watch the Overwatch cinematics.
Exactly.
Because they're fun and interesting, and I like the characters. And that's a pretty strong argument for why it should be given an award.
And the amount of effort as to why, to what they go into and why they do what they do. Dan Floyd, for extra credits, does an extra frames. He's an animation artist for video games and movies. He worked for Pixar for a while. And he goes into the animation of Overwatch, and he talks about
the different characters, like
all you can see is their hands,
right?
And yet somehow they put so much character, just into the hands of these people.
Yeah, it's a fun one to watch.
Yeah, very very cool. Games for impact.
It's also a cool category.
Yeah, so this is one where. Because games more and more have come out and said, we are art, and we can exist more for just fun and gameplay.
Right.
We can exist to impact people on an emotional and a personal level.
Right.
So that's this. Games for impact. What Remains of Edith Finch. Please Knock on My Door. Night in the Woods. Life is Strange Before the Storm. Bury Me My Love. And the winner was Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice.
Sure.
Deservedly so.
I haven't played any of them, and I really only know about Hellblade, so I don't have much to say, but...
What Remains of Edith Finch and Life is Strange, I know both of them. They're
I don't know what they're about.
They're kind of walking simulators.
I know that's what Edith Finch is, and I've played lots of games like that, so I'd be interested in playing.
And we did. We played Everybody's Gone to the Rapture.
Right.
And it was an interesting game. Very cool. I liked it. But Hellblade is more than just that.
Yeah.
And is beautiful.
Right.
And I love Senua. Like, she's my daughter. And also, like, she's me. And she's wonderful. And on that note, best performance.
There you go.
Laura Bailey as Nadine Ross in Uncharted Lost Legacy, which, by the way, I just love Laura Bailey as well. Does a lot of cool voices. She's really awesome.
Cool.
Claudia Black as Chloe Fraser in Uncharted Lost Legacy.
Sure, both deserve nominations.
Brian Bloom as BJ Blazkowicz. Blazkowicz in Wolfenstein 2 New Colossus. But Blazkowicz is Blazkowicz.
Right, that's like that's the spell, like the European spelling.
That's just so weird to me.
They pronounce things differently than we do.
Ashley Birch as Aloy in Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah, really good job.
And the winner was Melina Jurgens as Senua in Hellblade.
Incredible.
Oh my gosh.
Incredibly well done.
When she is screaming in pain, it is one of the most visceral and real things.
I think so. A little backstory. She's not an actor.
She's not an actor. No.
She is, what was it? Game tester basically, or a QA person. I don't know. She was there just doing some test, like helping them test out stuff.
She was part of the dev team, and they're like, "Hey, okay, let's get a reel for when we send out to the actors. What do we want from you? We need a baseline. You be our baseline, Melina." And
then she was so good, they were like, "No, you should just do it."
Yeah.
And that's probably a large part of why it was so good, because she wasn't like, I don't know. I feel like if you're a professional actor, obviously you can do a very good job, but you have this thought of, I'm acting as something. And she probably had that as well, but also, like, she wasn't going into it as an actor. This is just, you know, what I'm looking for in this character.
Right.
Or what we're looking for. And so she didn't have some of the pretense was gone of performing. But, yeah, just an incredible job, and her speech was really fun to watch.
Yeah.
She didn't expect it.
No, she was shaking.
Yeah, right.
Just visibly tremors in her hand because she... Not only did she not expect it, she never expected to be the center of attention like this. If they won something, she wanted to win something, of course, but she would have been part of the dev team that won things.
Right.
It was not going to be her on stage
specifically
with her cell phone notes.
Yeah.
The massive tremors, pobrecita, man. So good.
It was really cool.
On that note, best audio design.
Mm-hmm.
Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, Resident Evil 7, Destiny 2, winner, Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice.
Sure, yeah, which also deserved it.
Oh my gosh.
Zelda's sound was probably, in my opinion, soundtrack. It's probably the weakest point of it. The sound was perfectly fine. Like, the sound effects and all that.
Right.
Nothing amazing, nothing whatever. The soundtrack I thought was a little, like, sparse, which works a lot in certain places, but also I felt like it could have been built up a little more. They also did a good job. But, yeah, Hellblade created an atmosphere, especially with the voices.
Right.
That were just kind of surrounding you and put you in this mindset of, who's saying that? Or am I saying that? Or is somebody else in me saying that? Or, you know...
The headphone aspect, and the game itself at the very beginning says this is best experience with headphones.
Sure.
So they got a specific type of microphone that is meant to match human hearing. So when you listen to music or a movie, the microphones they use isn't so it sounds real, it's so it sounds good, right, or lively, or exciting, or right, explosive.
Or picks up the sound the best.
Right.
From a certain distance, or that kind of thing.
They specifically got one, and if you watch the special features, it looks like ears. That's like cool. They're actual ears.
Well, yeah, your ear has a certain shape to it, which right, sound will bounce around in a certain way.
And so they have their voice actors, and they just have the voice actors walk in circles around this microphone and get closer to it and farther away from it. And they're walking in circles around it, saying things just like, you're not going to make it. She's not going to make it. What is she going to do? What's she going to do now? And things like that. And as they're getting closer and farther away, and it sounds eerily real.
Yeah, that's
like,
amazing.
Disturbingly real.
It's very cool.
Very cool.
Very cool.
I'm going to try as hard as I can not to exclusively talk about Hellblade.
Shout out to Red Letter Media.
So, best art direction. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Persona 5, Horizon Zero Dawn, Destiny 2, Cuphead was the winner.
I think it's great.
I think it's great. I disagree.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you think out of those should win?
Horizon Zero Dawn.
I didn't think Horizon's art direction was anything. It was going for realistic, and it did a very good job, and it had a cool... Didn't have an aesthetic quality, in my opinion.
Really?
To me, it had great visuals, but it didn't have something that made it unique. To me, it looks very similar as Assassin's Creed Origins, where it's very nice looking, but in a realistic sense.
So here's what I liked about Horizon, why I thought it should have won. Assassin's Creed has an established world and style. Sure. Egypt, and they tried to match that.
And they did a very good job.
Right. Horizon created tribes, gave each tribe their own artistic and stylization, and like they actually created visuals for every single tribe. Each monster, each mechanical dinosaur that they intricately put in like the right rotors, and like you could see muscles that look like tendons, but they're wires that are coming through.
We're coming at it from different standpoints.
We are, yes.
You're thinking of like what the actual design of the game is. Like mine's more of like the artistic direction, like the medium they use, or the actual style. So like the broad strokes instead of the specifics.
Right.
But I understand what you're saying. Cuphead to me, I don't know if it deserves. It's hard for me to say if it deserved it or not. I understand why it would win though, because it has. They were going for something specific, and they nailed it.
They nailed it.
Hardcore.
That's true. Absolutely.
Yeah.
For what they were going for, the design was perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah.
In every way.
Yep. So, and that's true. That's very true. Also, part of me just feels bad for Horizon because it's a fantastic game.
It is.
And it got nominated like 83 times and 0 wins.
Yeah. I loved Horizon, but I understand that. I think everything was great, but nothing was unique.
Yeah. Best Narrative. Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus, Nier Automata, Horizon Zero Dawn, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. The winner was What Remains of Edith Finch.
Right. That's the one.
That's one that I thought got robbed.
Right.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know the narrative of What Remains, but the narrative of
Hellblade
is pretty cool.
Yeah. It's so good.
Right.
I do know the narrative of What Remains of Edith Finch, and it's very, very good. It is, and it's moving, and it's impactful, and it's great.
All right.
It's not Hellblade.
Oh, okay.
It's not Hellblade. Nothing is Hellblade.
Apparently.
Horizon Zero Dawn is actually one that I was a little bit surprised with to see on there, because although the story is good, it's a great story, I enjoyed it, I don't know if it is like a narrative, award-winning narrative.
Yeah, it's cool. It has, like, I guess a twist.
Yeah.
Like, you kind of learn what happened.
But you expect that from the beginning, that there's going to be a twist. Like,
right. You're not surprised.
The world didn't naturally create robot dinosaurs.
Right. It just kind of revealed it, and it was interesting. Those reveals were interesting. They weren't amazing. And so, yeah, that's kind of interesting also. But it did do a very good job of fleshing out a character.
Yeah, that's true.
Aloy and Senua are some of the best characters.
Yes, Aloy is great. Yes. She really is cool.
Yeah.
And you can see her, like, carry her bitterness through the entire game. Mm-hmm. And I love that there is no point in which she just gets over it.
Right.
She kind of, like, she gets better, but she kind of carries that, look, I'm an outcast and I know it, and I'm going to live as this outcast forever. And
also the whole time she's never like, she's always just like, what do I need your permission to do something? Or what do you what? No, I'm just going to go do it. Get over it.
Very well done.
Yeah.
Best game direction. West, east,
up, left, backward.
Best game direction. Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus.
Okay.
Super Mario Odyssey.
Very good.
Resident Evil 7 Biohazard.
Sure.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
Winner was Breath of the Wild.
That one I don't know if I agree with.
Really?
Yeah.
I do.
Direction is such a general statement.
Right.
I think Odyssey... When I think of game direction, I think of a movie director who is a lot of people. A movie director's job is the overall direction of the. He's not in charge of the camera. That's the dang it,
cameraman.
No, master of photography or the director of photography.
The master of puppets.
There's a specific person called the director of photography. So he gives general ideas. Here's what we want to do. Here's how this shot's going to look. But that person, he directs the camera.
Right.
He doesn't direct. He directs kind of the general idea of what the actors should do, but he doesn't act. The actors are those persons. He doesn't create the music. He has an idea sometimes of what the music should sound like. And so direction, I think, in an overall state is more about, I think Odyssey created something new in a better way. I think the direction, the idea, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm being very confusing right now, but I think the specific things in Breath of the Wild were not unique enough. There wasn't an overall. It was an an open world game with Zelda things, and had a cool feeling to it, and had lots of. I'm underselling the game because it's awesome, but I think Odyssey felt more unique, and I think that was a better signal, a better direction.
Of all of these, I thought Legend of Zelda did the best job of letting you play it exactly the way that you wanted to play it. That for a director to come in and say, I want to make this game, and I want people to be able to enjoy it for them and for me. Like we've talked about this before, it's a symbiosis. We have to work together on how this player is going to play this game. And so Wolfenstein, Super Mario Odyssey, Resident Evil 7 is probably the least of this. Horizon Zero Dawn, all of these are great kind of open games. Again, not so much Resident Evil, but where you can go and do different things and you can try new things. But if you want to sit down and not progress the story in Legend of Zelda for 50 hours, you can do that. If you want to sit and hunt, because you like hunting, if you like, okay, so this is kind of what I mean.
It's a good point.
I so bad, and you and I talked about it, I so bad
I remember
wanted
this.
to come to your house and cook. I wanted to
Not
cook.
in real life, though.
No.
In Zelda.
In Zelda.
You just wanted to make
because I was
food.
kept watching you, and like, you just kept throwing things in, and I'm like, I love this cooking system. I love it so much. And in fact, I love it so much. And Fox, I don't think you're getting it as much as I am.
Eventually, I got really good at it.
Right. And so I'm like, I want to go over to your place and I want to cook. And I made you some dank potions. Like, I really did. Like, and I went over
Some sweet salted fish.
Exactly. And, well, no, salty fish. They were not so sweet.
Super salty.
Yeah. So, but it was, I love that aspect of it so much. And if you wanted to go in and cook for 3 hours, you could do that.
That's true.
And so it did a really good job of allowing you to play this game, or if you wanted to go and just attack that story and get it done in 20 hours, you could probably do that. You know what I mean?
Okay, I agree with you 100%. It did a very good job of that. What I'm saying about the whole director thing is he doesn't do specific things. He kind of meshes everything together into one very tight idea.
Right.
Zelda did that very good. But
very
I think...
well.
No. Very good. Deal with it. Did a very good job. There you go. Of that.
Very well
in
job.
certain point. But I think I think a director has influence on moments in the game. I think Mario had a lot more moments. There is a moment in Mario in Odyssey where it's like after you save the day in the city, in New Donk City, and then there's just that celebration.
Yeah.
And I can't not remember. It's just so much fun. And to me, that's like the essence of the direction of that game.
It's so good.
Where it's like you're playing and it's also remembering old school Donkey Kong.
Well, and then you've got that 2D, you're climbing up,
and you're like just having fun. You're just like, I'm just super enjoying this. And Zelda was overall an incredible experience, but there probably isn't a single moment from the game that I'm like, yes. And that might be a completely different thing than what this category is. But I think...
I mean, still, at the end of the day, there's going to be different... Direction, like you already said, is such a broad term.
It is. I think the sound, the soundtrack, the gameplay, the setting, the art aesthetic style meshed better on Odyssey than it did on Zelda. But for feeling of gameplay, I think Zelda was better.
Man, Zelda was a really good game.
It was.
Game of the Year. Super Mario Odyssey.
Sure.
PUBG. Persona 5. Horizon Zero Dawn. And the winner was Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Right. That I agree with.
Absolutely,
Despite
yes.
everything I just said, I think Zelda was not only one of the best games of the year, the best game of the year, one of the best games I have ever played.
Yeah, and that's what I said about it. The exact same thing, where it wasn't just one of the game of the year. It was one of the GOATs, the greatest of all time.
If they had a game of the life of video games, then that could be considered.
Yeah.
That and Night Trap. Have you played Night Trap?
No. So what Legend of Zelda did really, really well was take what people love about Zelda.
Sure.
And love about the world and the story and the theme of it and expand it, but not dilute it.
Right.
They expanded it hugely,
To a
massively.
It's a very large world.
But at no point were you like, gosh, I'm just grinding now, aren't I? Gosh, I'm just, like this is, you're putting in like an hour of filler here. That's what the Final Fantasy games suffered from. Mm-hmm. Final Fantasy games,
15 filler-tastic.
yeah, I'm doing this just so you can have more content.
There is a main story quest in which you feed a cat. In Final Fantasy 15.
There you go.
You can't progress until you do that. And that's garbage.
But in Zelda, that's, but there are times that you do goofy things like that, but it still feels within the theme of the game.
Sure.
And everything is just so beautifully and masterfully done. Yeah, one of the best games of all time, for sure. And I didn't even play it. I just watched you play it.
Oh, man. Here's the thing, though. I don't know if I'll ever play it again. Maybe someday I'll be like, oh, I remember how great that game was. Let's play it again. But I played all of it.
Yeah, when you play 200 hours of a game,
Easily.
it's tough to say, I don't know if I'll ever play it, because you played all of the game.
I mean, I've played Ocarina of Time 100,000 times.
Yeah, but that's not a 200-hour game.
That's true.
It's like a 30-hour game.
Yeah.
I've beaten Final Fantasy VII 14 times.
Well, I mean, you could put 200 hours into 7.
You could,
if you want to do all the weapons and all the super
well, I do.
bosses.
But
if you know it.
Yeah, I know it, and so I can just streamline it real fast.
Right.
But, no, what was I going to say? Oh, Oblivion. Elder Scrolls Oblivion. I platinumed the regular game, got the Shivering Isles, platinumed that, put like 200 hours into it. It's my favorite Skyrim. My favorite Elder Scrolls game ever.
Wait, Oblivion is?
Yeah.
Shocking.
It's so good. It's so much fun. And, I like you said, I'll never play it again, probably.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I've experienced all
because now
of
you'll
its...
just play Skyrim for eternity, thanks to
Todd Howard. Gosh.
One last thing, real quick, because we got to go see. But it's really surprising that there is no category for for a company. Game companies have such a personality nowadays. I mean, movie production companies also do, but game companies far more. Where I feel like it's just so that nobody gets their, if you say if they don't win, then they're not going to allow their games to be or not have their world premiere of their trailer or something in the next. But I feel like it's weird that there was no most impactful company or something, or company that did the best for the game genre, like the art of gaming, or something that frames it in how did you affect the art world?
Yeah.
Not just you're the best at making games. Because I feel like that would be a way to get less than good game companies like EA to maybe think about doing better.
Well, the problem is there's two sides, because EA is not a dev company, they're a publishing company.
Sure, but they have...
I feel like, number one, you can't do publishing companies, because then the one with the most money is going to win almost every year. Maybe. And then at that point it's tough as as a indie dev that doesn't have a publishing company. Sure. Then there's that point, do I want to be indie? Or do I want to try and go through a publishing company? Because,
yes, that's true.
Giving them too much credit. And so I am okay with not awarding publishers. And then devs, it's tough to come out with a very good game more than once a year. With a top quality award-winning game more than one per year.
Well, this doesn't... what I'm saying is that it could be something beyond just the game quality. So, CD Projekt Red. Not only do they make incredible games, but they also have GOG, which puts out... It's basically Steam-ish. It's a video game buying market platform thing, but with entirely DRM-free versions of the games. And so, they are doing things for the gaming world beyond just making good games. And so I feel like there should be something in that sense to kind of positive reinforcement for game companies who do good things for the game. Or maybe
that'd be very cool, yeah.
Yeah, somehow...
CD Projekt Red, Naughty Dog.
Yeah, Naughty Dog, or, I don't know, there's probably other...
Nintendo.
Sure.
Yeah.
Although they're, I guess they did make good games.
Yeah.
I feel like it would be a way for companies to want to do more, even if it's just... Because, inevitably, I feel like it's just nothing but good PR for a company.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like a company would want to win that.
Maybe even... Because there were fan awards. There were fan choice awards.
Right.
Maybe a fan choice award.
That would be cool. Yeah, because it was mostly fan, but there was also, some industry people that were voting on them. I don't know what the weight for each vote was, but... Yeah, I feel like that could be something in the future to be added, just to kind of, I don't know, change it up a little bit or what.
Well, guys, we've gone way over time.
We have.
We're actually closer to double our time than we are to our normal time, but that's okay, because...
Actually, I have one more. Just kidding.
The Game Awards were really cool, and I like them a lot as a thing. I think they need a better host.
Yes, he was pretty flat.
That guy is the creator and the backer of it. He's the creator.
He shouldn't be the host.
He doesn't need to be the host.
No.
Yeah. Also, that Yosef guy who came in and talked about EA.
There's the problem with doing it live, man.
He's an idiot.
There's the problem with doing it live. Oh, jeez.
But you gotta go in. You gotta see that stuff. Let us know what you thought about the Game Awards. Let us know about what you thought that won and should have won. or what you thought about what we talked about. Other than that, we will see you guys next time. One thing we kind of want to talk about is PUBG is still technically early release.
Yeah, we should still talk about it.
It is, like, by definition, not a complete game.
Right.
Does a game that's not complete deserve to be nominated for awards?
Tell us what you think, and we'll talk about it in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still relevant.
All right. We'll see you guys later. Remember, save games, save lives.
Bye, guys.